Yo, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of The Sauce. College football week 6 is here, and it's time for us to break out of this mediocre funk we've been in. Check out this chart here. This is all sports from September 1st till now, till present. And take a look at the first half of September. We were on a rocket ship, got as high as plus 36 units for the month of September. Since then, in the past 2 weeks, we've been just hovering, man. Nothing gained, nothing lost. Do not like that, but that's done today. I'm feeling a really good weekend. There's a lot of value on the board this weekend. In this video, we're talking Texas versus Oklahoma, Red River Rivalry. Gonna be a great game. Let's talk about it.
Welcome to The Sauce. The Sauce. The Sauce. Hey, get the sauce.
All right, so like I said, we got Oklahoma, Texas here. And look at the line. We got Texas plus 3.5 with all the action on the Longhorns. And I'm talking 74% of the bets, 83% of the money, I think it was. Maybe flip those. This is as of Tuesday morning at 3 a.m. Yo, check this out, though. So the money stays pinned on Texas, right? All week stays pinned on Texas. But look what happens last night into this morning. This is Thursday night into Friday morning. Here comes all that Oklahoma Sooner money. We're now looking at money on Oklahoma. As of right now, the line has not moved. We're still looking at Texas plus 3.5, but I think there's a good chance we could be looking at Texas plus 4 soon. So let's cap this game. If you subscribe to this channel, you already know the first step. We're running the numbers through the spreadsheets. According to the analytics, the line for this game should be Texas minus 5 and some change. So huge lean on the Longhorns here. Analytics are saying Texas should be favored by 5. All right, let's run through a quick breakdown of this game. We'll start with Oklahoma now, obviously undefeated, 5-0. And if you haven't watched a single game, you might glance at that and be like, oh, business as usual. Oklahoma steamrolling everybody. No, not the case at all. The Oklahoma Sooners are just 1-4 against the spread this year. Nebraska, Nebraska battled the hell out of them. A battle to the death at home. They barely squeaked that one out. In the West Virginia game, the Mountaineers had the ball, tied 13-13 deep in the fourth quarter in Oklahoma territory, and a bad snap cost them it. Yeah, they had a snap over the head or something, lost 21 yards, had to punt, and then Oklahoma drove down for a game-winning field goal. Another game that they just squeaked by. Yo, this is just not the same Oklahoma team. We know what we're used to seeing. We're used to seeing Oklahoma with 2 elite backs, unstoppable offensive line, just a run game that steamrolls the entire Big 12 all year, every year. Yeah, check this out. In 2021, the Sooners are ranked 76th in the country in rushing efficiency. The run game just isn't there. Now, in all fairness, they're playing Texas, and Texas run defense is awful. They lost all of their defensive starters from last year, or 7 or 8 of them. So that elite Texas run game that was there last year, completely gone. They can't stop anyone on the ground. So you may be thinking, oh, this is the game that Oklahoma's run game shows up, right? This is against this Texas run defense, this is the game they show out. But yo, look who Oklahoma has played this year. I mean, they're not playing Auburn or Penn State or Cincinnati. Look at the teams they're playing that they're struggling to establish a run game on. Yeah, something's wrong. Something is wrong in Norman. Now, if you're a Texas Longhorn fan, you got some good news here. Spencer Rattler doesn't look anything like an elite D1 college quarterback at all. So that's your good news. Now for the bad news, let me finish that sentence. Spencer Rattler doesn't look anything like an elite D1 college quarterback until the game's on the line and it's time for Oklahoma to take the ball down, score, and win. I don't know what it is, to be honest. Maybe this offense just isn't as disciplined. I'm talking about Oklahoma now. Maybe they're not as focused. Maybe they just don't care as much as normal Oklahoma offenses do. But it seems like they're just kind of messing around all game till it comes down to the fourth quarter and it's time for Spencer Rattler to drive down the field and win the game. And then they're like, all right, you know what? Let's stop screwing around. Let's win the game. Because when it's time, when West Virginia punts it back to Oklahoma in the tie game, when they get the ball back against Nebraska, when it is time to turn it on, Spencer Rattler seems to get right down the field. Just saying. And that should worry Texas, because that means Texas is going to have to play a complete football game here. They're going to have to put an exclamation point on the end of this one. They cannot give the ball back to Oklahoma with a small lead with any time left on the clock. Yo, before I make my pick, I got to ask, what has everyone seen from Texas where they think they're going to come out here and beat the shit out of Oklahoma? Because I saw on Barstool Sports they're guaranteeing a Texas win, which almost makes me want to fade them because those idiots are always wrong. But what makes you think, I mean, The only decent team, seriously, the only decent team that Texas has played this year was Arkansas, and they got scraped. Arkansas beat the brakes off them. Honestly, I think Oklahoma wins this game comfortably. I think they win by at least a touchdown. I'm thinking Oklahoma 33, Texas 23, somewhere in there. Give me Oklahoma minus 3.5. I don't care if they bump it up to 4. I'll lay the 4 also. I'm definitely on the Sooners here. I like this pick, and I think it's going to make the final ticket, but I doubt it makes the top 7 because there's so much value on the board. Speaking of which, final ticket posted on KyleKirms.com at 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. It'll have my bet of the day, top 3 bets, top 5 bets, top 7 bets, parlay of the day, plus every single bet I'm personally making for the day. All on there, KyleKirms.com, 10:30 a.m. Eastern time. Also, if there's any crazy last minute changes, injury updates, money shifts, line movement, anything like that, I'll definitely put it on my Twitter, Instagram story, and Facebook. So make sure you check one of those 3 platforms before you place your bets. College football week 6 is here. It's Saturday. I love game day Saturdays. Let's make some money today. I'll talk to you on Twitter.